veritable bevy of boxes. Oh, shit. I didn't see that. That's not good. Oh, God. That stings. That really hurts. Get on the grid. Can you move? God, you're slow. Ah, moron. Okay. Let's cast it on Gorath. Just to be on the safe side, but these things have fairly predictable AI, he said monosyllabically. How about one rest? Cut. Things fast. Excellent. Not fast enough. Okay. Anyways, that was awkward. Let's see how fast that thing moves. I'm actually gonna have, well, let's go ahead and stab it. Oh, shit. Yeah, well, I think we might, in light of the fact that, the ends here are full of bullshit, we'll just go ahead and kind of just take it easy here. Yeah, you rest for sure. Been taking it in the pants on those. Okay, so now it's slow enough that we can actually chase it. Rusalki, more like Rusloki. Thank you. I'm hilarious. Be sure to tip your waitress. Be a horrible thing for a stand-up commentator. Thank you, I'm hilarious. Oh. Instead of saying, like, thank you, you've been great. Thank you, I've been hilarious. Oh, I crack myself up. Not good. Alright. Get up there. And I'm just gonna totally cheese this because I'm exploiting. You know what? I'm exploiting a gameplay mechanic for something that is actually a legitimate, because of something that's actually a legitimate gameplay decision on the part of the developers. So I'm going to end this. That was kind of unfair of me. I'm gaming the game. Well, I should focus on the boxes. What am I thinking? We increased our abilities, so let's see what we got. Weaponcraft and barding. That must be old. Aki casting. Aki melee. That's important. Gorath really needed the accuracy for his melee. So we're going to save the game here. I'm going to open these boxes. Oh, no. That's what we want. And he thinks it's safe. Okay. Try to pick it. Excellent. Whoa. Wineskin. Oh, it's poison. Famed on Kelwan as a deadly slow poison, Koltari poison would be of no use on a blade. Its effects too delayed to be of any use against an armed opponent. It could, however, be applied to foods or drinks to strike down an unsuspecting victim. There's no use that I'm aware of for that. Right? I mean, we can't really... Enemies don't really care about... that kind of stuff. Oh, but we have a Mordell box. I don't think you can poison enemies with something like that directly. You can't give them poisoned food like you could in Morrowind, for instance, or Oblivion. Anyways, who works when he plays and plays when he works? Jack. All work and no play. Asso! As the dirty words. Henry Ford, indeed. That's the answer. Click, click. Or maybe it's Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford died today at the age of 82. He was eaten by a pack of ravenous wolves. It was delicious. I'm Tom Brokaw. Thank you and good night. Bored. I'm sure you're all bored with my shitty impressions. Oh, wait, I think that, wait, that... Hey, I'll take it, you know, that was a way of getting an answer legitimately. Alright, True Sight T, which we already have. Wait, I'll trade you, because that one has more uses, I guess. Beautiful. There's one more box over here. And it is not trapped. It is a Mordell box. Claws like a cat, crooked as a snake's hiss. Patch together your guesses, you won't guess this. That's a shitty clue. You won't get the answer to this. Claws like a cat, crooked as a snake's hiss. That's a strange clue. It makes me think that it's like rhetorical. It's like a mean thing to say would be the answer. I don't know. Patch together your guesses, you won't guess this. Huh. Oh shit, there we go again. Anyways. Let's move on from that. Beaters. Just beat it. Beats. Beats. That's where the crooked as a snake's hiss thing comes in. And I don't know about you, but my beats, they hurt going down. They are full of claws. Bats. Batos. Batos locos. Huh. No, breath is not... I was thinking that, and that's... And the crowd goes wild. Just gonna let that stay there for a minute. Idiot. Burst. That's how the Swedish chef says breast. Chicken burst! Smorgasbord chicken burst! Okay, what the fuck is going on? What is happening? This is just rapidly, I think I'm gonna have to possibly take a minute here to figure this out, because, it's not really coming to me. Oh, wait a minute, wait! Oh, that's pretty good. I give you some points for that one game. That was very good. I think you, Locklear... You're not Locklear. I keep doing that. I keep confusing the two. Jimmy, I don't think you can have any more of these. Let's find out. You can't. You piece of shit. Carry more pick locks. Or don't. Just keep them. Okay, is that all the boxes? That's a lot. I'll take it. Anything else back here? No. Well, maybe we should camp. Great. Just a few hours of nap time. Really good for your health. Oh, I'm backtracking. What am I doing? Derp. Go around the bend here. Nothing exciting, but there's a house. Go ahead and say hello to the denizens. The owner of the house, a bearded man of about 50, obviously saw James approaching because the door swung open before he had a chance to knock. Good day to you, sirs. My name is Buck Rausch. Oh, what a fantastic name. Buck Rausch. Buck Rausch. Buck Rausch, attorney at law. Buck Rausch, gynecologist. Gynecologist to the stars, Buck Rausch. What is happening? Why am I doing these things? Buck Rausch. Extravagant pimp, Buck Rausch. I don't know. Moving on. That's a great name, though. And who might you be? James made the appropriate introductions, and the man, named Buck Rausch, smiled at them warmly. Then Buck Rausch said, "The river has been fruitful this season. Could I interest you in my, could I interest you fine gents in some dried trout, which I plucked from the stream with my bare, manly hands while I was swimming about in the cold waters, bare-ass naked? Or perhaps you'd like to buy one of my handmade shovels, wrought from iron, again with my bare hands, warmed from the heat of my blood. Or perhaps a torch, made out of one of my turds. Well, let's take a look. Wait until you taste my dried trout. Wink, wink. I season it with fresh basil and just the right amount of sea salt. That sounds delightful. Well, this is actually fairly cheap, I think, but we have plenty of food. But I'm afraid, Buck Rausch, that we're going to have to let your wares stay unbought. Had a hard time figuring out a poetic way of saying that. Is there anything over here? No Rusalki. I mean, I guess I did. I am in the process of exterminating them, so it's kind of okay that I ran into them like I did. But anywho, I thought, did I see something? There's a field here. Let me look at this field. Yeah. Oh. Hi. It's just a stupid ass. One guy again. Well, but then we had that instance where there were like 4 of them. I don't know. We'll attack this dude. Getting really close to him. Oh, the man lunged for them. Just the one guy. Obviously, their surprise advance had failed. Waving a sword over his head like a raving lunatic, the man shouted, "Defend yourselves! Defend yourselves or die!" Oh. Hey, none of that. You know, how many we could have let Owen get in on this? He's not doing anything. He's trying to block, but he's unable to do so. James's Aki Melee. Oh my goodness. I just suddenly went through puberty, guys. It's a lot of food. Is it spoiled? No. That's a good sword. Well, we have better swords now, of course, but it's not worth picking it up to sell. Did I? Yeah, there's the pile of doo-doo. Rations. 1 ration. I am not impressed. We'll take the money and we'll leave the shell. Cool. Neato. Alrighty. We'll continue on down the path here. From Buck Rausch's house. The House of Rausch. And I don't see anything interesting over here. So maybe we'll go down this path. So it looks like this must be a linked path of some kind. Some kind of path that connects up with the previous path in a way that is Oh, hey. Oh, there's a well. Well, well, well. Knock, knock. James knocked on the door for a long moment. He leaned against the doorframe as he waited, positioning himself so he could listen for the sounds of any stirrings inside. When at last it was evident no one was coming, he stepped back with a shrug. Doesn't seem that anyone's about. Okay. We'll go to the well. Drink water. Don't know if that was a bad thing for us to do. It's kind of a mysterious location here. A lot of corn. Knee-high 4th of July. Okay. It's kind of uninteresting. Wait, there's a thing here. Oh. Well, I didn't do that. Did not adhere to that sign's advice. I saw the sign, but it did not open up my eyes. feel compelled to go into the forests and take all of the crap. Oh, there's a house here. Whoa! Oh, no. Wait, there's a shade. Or a Sade. Smooth operator. Oh, I think Sade, she doesn't spell it with the H. That's right. I think I've told you guys about my undying hatred for Sade. I'm sure she's lovely. I'm sure she's a perfectly fine person, but the circumstances under which I became acquainted with her were undesirable. So, it kind of ruins it for me. Oh, that actually worked. I was just doing that for the hell of it. I didn't think that it would. I didn't really know what to do with... Oh, no. I should have cast it again. Yeah. We're gonna cast that again. Because bad things happen to good people. If you don't... Wait, what am I talking about? James isn't a good person. You get to rest. Poke? Huh! Excellent. Gorath's accuracy is actually pretty high. I didn't really notice. Okay, well that wasn't a Rusalki. That's kind of weird. I bet that this shack is haunted. Or some bullshit. Let's save the game. Just because I don't want to deal with any more ghosts. A man appeared in the doorway, his raven hair dusted with gray and the lines around his eyes hard. He looked on them with gravity. The weight of his stare deep and penetrating. Wink, wink, dear viewer. This is the house of Madame Hafer, he rasped. Futures, speaking with the dead, rumors. We will require a payment of 50 gold. Do you wish a session with Madame? It's kind of a waste of money. I think I'm actually going to do it. We actually have plenty of money, so it's not like it's a big deal. Okay, James produced the requested amount and handed it over, following the tall man. Just before pushing aside a curtain, he halted and whispered to them. Do not question some of the things my wife may say or do, he said. We recently have lost a daughter, and it has shaken Hafer's belief in some of her abilities. Please, if she asks for acceptance, no matter what she may have said, please treat her kindly. Without another word, he shoved aside the curtain and allowed them into a rear room where Madame Hafer waited. Seated at a table, she wore a woven brocade vest. It's like the 1970s, I guess. Over a lightly dyed peasant's blouse. Yep, definitely the 70s. And her hands and neck were ornamented with bright wooden beads. Oh my god, it is the 1970s. Please have a seat, she muttered, waving a brightly nailed hand at the rude chairs, shaped like dicks, set across from her. As she spoke, her eyelids fluttered, as if she were speaking through an alcoholic haze. Uh-oh. I may provide 3 services for you. We may speak of local rumors. I may tell thee of the future. Or tell thee the future. Whatever. Or I may speak of the dead. Which would you have of me? It's a pretty heavy topic. I don't... Especially in light of the explanation we got at the beginning here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of ease into it. We're going to go with rumors. Rumors, she repeated quietly. Leaning forward in her seat, she met James's gaze and held it, allowing her voice to harden. Rumors? I will tell thee of the only rumor about which I know. Many have come and spoken to me of Rusalki that roam the lands near the river Pilot's Folly at night. But these are lies! Startled with the ferocity with which the woman had bitten off that last word, James shrugged his shoulders. I had not heard anything of them. You liar! We've killed like a dozen of them on the way up here. Do not seek the Rusalki, she continued, her voice still frantic. They are no harm to anyone. Although he had remained quiet as Hafer had begun to rant, Bella moved forward and touched her on the shoulder, seemingly relieving the wildness that was overcoming her. These gentlemen are friends, he said quietly. You will not be injured. Taking his hand, she nodded once, then looked back at James. You will forgive me. This has touched our lives, but I can explain no further. Okay. Huh. Well, yeah, we'll get our fortunes told, I guess. Very well, Hafer said with a weak smile, her posture relaxing visibly as she leaned back into the overstuffed cushions of her sitting chair. We shall tell your future. Regarding Owen, the look on her face slowly changed, turning into a mask of pain and regret. You will die a slow and painful death, alone and in starvation. Yay! Perfect, that's exactly what I was hoping for. No, Owen's actually, proving himself somewhat useful, she said somberly. Those upon whom you thought you could count will abandon you in your hour of need, and in death they will believe you a disgrace to your station. Folding her hands in her lap, she looked on them serenely, her face beginning to resume the look of her age. This is the fate I see for you, she said, a slight tremolo in her voice betraying a hint of nervousness. The fates have spoken through me. Well, okay, he said to accept it, detecting how important it was to the fortune-teller that they believed what she had told them. James leaned forward and patted the old woman's hands. We believe you, Hafer, he said, reinforcing his words with a flashed smile. That's creepy. Ask about the dead. Closing her eyes, the old woman shook as if a tree bowing beneath the winds of a howling gale. Her lips drawn taut and her face drained of color. After several moments of effort, she shook her head. I cannot help you. Limbs Krogma holds those you wish too tightly. This is odd. She just did Owens, so I'm going to see... Okay, it's going to be James. James cringed as he found the mystic was regarding him intensely, fixing him with a gaze that looked frankly more familiar than he liked. You shall discover wealth in a human place, but shall lose something dearly won, so that you may obtain it. In gaining it you shall have great joy, but later will find that it holds great misery for the time ahead. Folding her hands into her lap, she looked on them serenely, her face beginning to resume the look of her age. This is the fate I see for you, she said, the slight tremolo in her voice. Oh, it's the same thing. I'll accept it, but I'll ask her one more time. And I think I'm actually going to tell her to buzz off, and we'll see if that gets me killed. Or not to buzz off, but you know what I mean. Oh, this is the same one. I want to see if she can give me... That was weird. We got a little tone there. Something change? That's weird. I'm gonna try it again, actually. I think I'm gonna try to piss her off, and if worse comes to worse, I can just reload. Okay, so now, wait, we're gonna look at Gorath here. But you, however, I see betrayal in your future. You will turn on all that you have sworn oath to and will become something you once hated. You will face your enemy most hated, and he will change you. That must be a reference to Delicon. Oh my. Does not bode well for our gigantic elven companion. I'm going to reject this. James snorted his contempt for the old woman's prediction. I could have said any of the same things. I've heard virtually all those things from street lunatics. Hafer, Bella shouted, but was shoved aside like a mere twig as the old woman lunged to her feet, her eyes blazing fury, raking James's face with her sharpened nails. Meow! She howled in a voice that no longer sounded human. I am Hafer, you will believe, you will believe! It sounded like fucking genie from Aladdin. What am I doing? Weeping openly, Bella moved behind his distraught wife, but rather than trying to console her, he lifted a stick of firewood and struck her to the floor. Standing over her unconscious form, she seemed poised to strike again. Jesus Christ, what have we done? What? Confused, James flashed a horrified stare at Bella, but suddenly drew back in shock as another form began to materialize around Hafer's crumpled body, taking on the shape of a young girl. For a moment it hovered, its expression glowering as it stared at Bella. Then, with a hateful screech, it flashed through the air to pass through the walls of the house. Go after it, Bella sobbed, dropping to the ground to cradle his wife. Go and kill it. We are finished with the Rusaki now. Go! Nearly tripping over the clutter of the small house, they rushed outside and prepared their weapons for the Rusaki, who now awaited to kill them all. Whoa!